Hello, sports fans. Welcome to the OU Football Preview Show. I'm Rick Heath. With me, Mark Rodgers, and joining us this year, Barry Trammell of the Tulsa World. Barry, thank you so much. Mark, thank you so much. Gentlemen, we're just days away. Well, first off, let me take a moment to let our fans know and our viewers know we are at O'Connell's Irish Pub and Grill. Jeff Stewart's been here over 20 years, serving burgers and beer like nobody else. So if you're looking for a place to come on Campus Corner, you cannot beat O'Connell's Irish Pub. Okay, gentlemen, we're just days away from OU's opening kickoff. Thoughts on the preseason going into this season, Mark?
Yeah, I think the running back spot and rotation there is going to be interesting with the injury situation to Torrey Blaylock, and we'll see how they determine that. We'll see if we see some tight ends in the backfield, which I think we will from time to time.
Can they give the tight ends the ball from the backfield? I'd like to see that. Barry, your thoughts?
Well, we talked about the tight ends last week, and to me, Mark's right. The tailback situation is very squishy because we went through it last year with the Sooners, right? A lot of back and forth with injuries. So we'll see how that goes. But I do think the running game, to me, what I've learned this August is the Sooners are all in on the new kind of tight end. They're not interested in the guys that flank out. They might do a little bit of that, but they got big old boys that can block, and they're going to use them. You're going to see a lot of two tights. Sometimes I think they will line up in the backfield, but I also think you're going to see them on the line, smash mouth football.
Yeah, even up to three tight ends in some formations, because Kevin Wilson is going to have a big impact on this offense. He's, like you said earlier, Barry, that they couldn't run the ball last year. They're determined to run it this year, and if that means they got to get three tight ends in there and one running back, so be it. And with the injuries to the running back, they may only have one running back. Yeah. But who knows?
And the running backs that we saw in the spring game, the two young kids are both big backs. So they've got some big physical backs, and there's a lot of those type of guys in the SEC.
Well, and the small criticism is that if your biggest acquisition from the offseason and the portal is Avant from Colorado State, you didn't do a very good job of getting some backs. Now, you may be happy with X and with Blaylock, but you're going to need more than that.
Yeah, I actually I was very impressed with Blaylock, but I've always been a Robinson fan. The way he ran against Alabama 2 years ago, if you run against Alabama, you can run. So I never thought it was a shortage of quality tailbacks other than the health issue.
I think X has been a little bit underappreciated. Because when they put him in there 2 years ago, they had no running game. He created the running game. I'm like, he was the only guy that really gained any yards. And so Blaylock had a good year last year, and the two of those guys are kind of interchangeable. But he's really changed his body from high school. He's tough to tackle. He runs low. And so I like him a lot. I hope he can stay healthy, and I think he can have 1,000-yard a year.
And the health is premium in the entire backfield, because without health, the OU offense is going to suffer. Hey, we are at O'Connell's Irish Pub on Campus Corner. Jeff Stewart and his staff have been serving up burgers and beer for over 20 years here. So the iconic O'Connell's Irish Pub, you got to come here on Campus Corner. We'll be right back.
Looking for a place to call home? Discover the Trails Golf Club in Norman. Enjoy 18 holes of championship golf, outstanding practice facilities, active men's and women's golf associations, and a strong junior golf program. Relax in our new 21 and over members lounge. Enjoy great dining or catch the big game. Visit our fully stocked golf shop featuring the game's leading brands and PGA professionals ready to help you play your best. Experience your home away from home at the Trails Golf Club.
At Louis Grill and Bar, we have a little bit of everything. Our world-famous burgers, pizzas, and sandwiches, plus all your ice-cold favorites make it the perfect place to watch the game. What are you waiting for? Louis, we're in your neighborhood.
Hello, OU football fans. I'm Rick Heath from the OU Football Preview Show. Come by every other Wednesday here at O'Connell's while Barry Trammell, Mark Rodgers, and myself shoot our show and be a part of the show here at O'Connell's every other Wednesday for the OU Football Preview Show.
If you've been in an automobile accident, you need expert medical evaluation and care. Just like in football, every team needs a leader to reach the goal line. Dr. Lopez will be the quarterback of your care. With a trusted network of specialists, he makes sure every part of your injury is treated the right way. As a board-certified, fellowship-trained trauma specialist, Dr. Lopez brings years of experience to your recovery. Concussions are often overlooked, but we use the iBox concussion system, the only FDA-approved office-based device for detecting concussions. Play it safe. Get checked out without delay. Call the OKC Car Crash Clinic at 405-86-CRASH today. Your health is too important to wait.
Reveal the skin you've always wanted with Morpheus 8 at the new Laser Light. Combining the power of microneedling and radio frequency, Morpheus 8 stimulates collagen production to tighten, smooth, and contour your skin. It's a non-surgical solution for scars, wrinkles, and other blemishes, perfect for your face, neck, and body. Experience youthful, radiant skin with minimal downtime. Schedule your consultation today at the new Laser Light and discover a new you with Morpheus 8.
You are the most beautiful creation under the sun. Daily Jamformations.
At Neighborhood Jam, you deserve breakfast as beautiful as you. Treat yourself to Neighborhood Jam.
You're gonna taste just as good tomorrow.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, and welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Mark Rodgers, Barry Trammell, Rick Heath. And Mark, you're in for T&W Tire.
I love the guys at T&W Tire, sponsor the T&W Tire Locks of the Week on the Sports Animal. I've been in business for over 40 years, and they can take care of your tires for your personal vehicle or even a fleet of vehicles. I really work well with companies. They can also change your oil. If something's wrong with your car, check engine lights on. They'll do a diagnostic for you, tell you what's wrong, and fix it up.
You bet. And Barry Trammell's in for Dr. Martin Lopez's OKC Car Crash Clinic. Dr. Martin Lopez, if you've had the unfortunate incident being in a car crash, let Dr. Lopez and his staff take care of you from insurance to health, all the way through. They will take care of you at the OKC Car Crash Clinic. Gentlemen, we're going to talk about offense first. We talked a little bit in the first segment about running backs, tight ends. Let's talk about the offensive line. Your thoughts on the offensive line, Mark?
Well, OU did a really good job last year with some true freshman starters on the offensive line. And so those guys are a little bit more seasoned, stronger, and have a chance to be really, really good. So I think that the offensive line has been an area of concern for the past few years, but this season should be the best that they've been on that group for a while.
You know, and Barry, the tight ends are going to help that offensive line.
They definitely are. You know, they've gotten big bodies, guys that like to block, and I think they're committed to it. The other thing about the offensive line is I talked to a lot of coaches this offseason. Had one coach tell me it's the reason people across the nation can't run the ball is because there's not as much continuity in offensive lines. With the portal, you get a lot of mixing and matching. Sooners only have one new guy from the portal, Marion Harris from Arkansas, 4 veterans going to take up the other spots. This should be an offensive line that's much more cohesive.
Well, yeah, and you say veterans. I mean, Fasusi and Foji and all those guys are veterans in being in that. They're sophomores. I mean, they went under the fire last year as true freshmen and held their own for the most part. I mean, Fasusi goes in against Texas, the true freshman, and holds his own against an All-American defensive end. That says a lot. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger. He knows more about the offense. And again, I think with Kevin Wilson's influence on how to run the ball and how to approach running the ball will help a lot too.
I think the O-line can go from weakness to strength this year.
Mark? Fascinating article that Barry wrote on the running game. I mean, it was incredible. OU ran for just a little over 100 yards last year. Is that the lowest in history? Is that right? Was it?
The lowest really the lowest since 1938.
Okay, I mean,
well, that's pretty much history.
So that shows you, I mean, like, how does a team win as many games as they won last year with that type of rushing attack? So I can see why the emphasis was placed on that in offseason.
You know, and we've talked this far into it, and we haven't mentioned John Mateer. And I want to say one thing right now is you don't want John Mateer being your leading rusher. I mean, because that's a recipe for getting him hurt, and especially in the SEC, and you cannot afford to get John Mateer hurt.
I love Mateer as a runner. The best running back on the team is John Mateer in terms of instincts and seeing lanes. He runs like a tailback. He's got the vision of a tailback, but you can't get him hit. You can't get him hurt. Season ends if he goes down. So, yeah, you got to pick your spots with him. But you have to pick your spots because it's such a productive part of an offense if you got a quarterback that not only can run but is a threat to run.
Mark?
He's big enough that he can take some contact. I mean, I don't think they want to run him a lot, but he can be a weapon with his feet. You just got to be, pick and choose.
Well, has anybody seen his workout videos? Yeah. I mean, he is pretty well ripped and built back up where he is. He can sustain, some hard hits. But if he is scrambling, I got no problem with it because he's a big-time runner, as you said, Barry. in a scrambling mode, it mixes the defense up and it's hard to stop it. But a design run where we're going material left, material right, I got no use for that.
Yeah.
So, hey, we are at O'Connell's Irish Pub here on Campus Corner, and we are having a wonderful time here, as you can too. Come in and get burgers and beer, and let Jeff Stewart and his staff take care of you. They've been doing it for over 20 years at O'Connell's Irish Pub.
Looking for a place to call home? Discover the Trails Golf Club in Norman. Enjoy 18 holes of championship golf, outstanding practice facilities, active men's and women's golf associations, and a strong junior golf program. Relax in our new 21 and over members lounge. Enjoy great dining or catch the big game. Visit our fully stocked golf shop featuring the game's leading brands and PGA professionals ready to help you play your best. Experience your home away from home at the Trails Golf Club.
At Louis Grill and Bar, we have a little bit of everything. Our world-famous burgers, pizzas, and sandwiches, plus all your ice-cold favorites make it the perfect place to watch the game. What are you waiting for? Louis, we're in your neighborhood.
Hello, OU football fans. I'm Rick Heath from the OU Football Preview Show. Come by every other Wednesday here at O'Connell's while Barry Trammell, Mark Rodgers, and myself shoot our show and be a part of the show here at O'Connell's every other Wednesday for the OU Football Preview Show.
If you've been in an automobile accident, you need expert medical evaluation and care. Just like in football, every team needs a leader to reach the goal line. Dr. Lopez will be the quarterback of your care. With a trusted network of specialists, he makes sure every part of your injury is treated the right way. As a board-certified, fellowship-trained trauma specialist, Dr. Lopez brings years of experience to your recovery. Concussions are often overlooked, but we use the iBox concussion system, the only FDA-approved office-based device for detecting concussions. Play it safe. Get checked out without delay. Call the OKC Car Crash Clinic at 405-86-CRASH today. Your health is too important to wait.
Reveal the skin you've always wanted with Morpheus 8 at the new laser light. Combining the power of microneedling and radio frequency, Morpheus 8 stimulates collagen production to tighten, smooth, and contour your skin. It's a non-surgical solution for scars, wrinkles, and other blemishes, perfect for your face, neck, and body. Experience youthful, radiant skin with minimal downtime. Schedule your consultation today at the new laser light and discover a new you with Morpheus 8.
You are going to make Table 14 so happy. Daily Jamformation.
At Neighborhood Jam, start the day right with scratch-made favorites. Morning or midday, every day. Treat yourself to Neighborhood Jam.
And welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Mark Rodgers, Barry Trammell, Rick Heath here with you from O'Connell's Irish Pub. Also, you viewers out there, if you want an OU style hat that you can't get anywhere else, like my hat, surfandturf.com. You can't beat it. They've got all kinds of OU gear, Thunder gear, all of that available online, surfandturf.com. Go there and get your iconic OU hat wear. Be ready for the season with Surf and Turf. Gentlemen, defense. Brent Venables is known for his defense. Great defense last year. Held them. As a matter of fact, it molded the entire team as the year went along. That they got more and more confidence in the defense and the kicker. And so the offense became, get us past the 50, we'll kick a field goal, and our defense will take over from there. Gentlemen, this year any different?
I hope so. Yeah, I would think the offense is going to be a little bit better. Defensively, you know, they returned two of the top defensive tackles in the SEC. So I think that, you know, David Snow could have a breakout year there, but maybe a little less depth up front on the defensive side of the ball. But I think with Brent's creativity, being able to recruit the numbers that he has, the amount of players that get to play on defense, he substitutes a ton of guys, so they have experience coming back, and I think this unit's going to be fun to watch again.
Barry, your thoughts on the defense?
The only concern I have is the defensive tackle depth. What we sometimes forgot or didn't notice what Venables was doing last year with that defense. He had 4 big-time tackles in there playing those 2 slots. As Mark said, they in and out. Those guys were arrested. David Stone and Jaden Jackson are back, but they're going to miss Grayson Holton. They're going to miss Demonic Williams. Replacing those guys, they got young guys they like, Bishop Thomas, Trent Wilson, some of those guys. But if that is fortified, I see no holes in the defense, and it's really a modern miracle. It's a biblical miracle for OU's defense. I mean, think about where this program was in 21.
Where they gave up 62 points?
Everyone had even given up on Oklahoma being good on defense again. Just don't stink was the goal. And in year 2 of the SEC, Brent Venables had the best defense in the league.
Yeah, and last year, Mark, it was don't stink on offense. So this year, the defense is good. How about the the linebackers?
I think that Cole Sullivan looks like he's going to be a guy that contributes right away. I mean, I don't know how you can have more of a veteran presence than Kip Lewis. And I think we all kind of look at Owen Heineke and just go, but he shows up all the time. I mean, he makes plays, really athletic, and I think he's got a great knack for playing the game of football. He's not just weight room strong or, size and speed and all that stuff. He knows how to play the game. So thin. They got some depth issues there, I think, but they're going to be really good in the front line.
I like Brent Venables' comments on Owen Heineke. I tried to run him off. When he first showed up, he's a walk-on. I tried to run him off. He wouldn't go. I kept watching him. He kept making plays. When we put him in, he made plays. He said, so we just kept giving him more plays. So you're right. The linebackers are good. Not a lot of depth like the defensive tackles. Defensive ends are solid.
Yeah. I think Taylor Wine was a big-time player last year. So, I do think that Barry's right. You only notice the loss of Dominic Williams and Grayson Holton when they're not there anymore. Teams are running for 5 and 6 yards. Those guys don't make a lot of tackles, but they really create piles, and so they're going to have some people step up on those two DT positions.
And the secondary is stacked with good cornerbacks. They got 3 good cornerbacks, and they've got strong safety and a free safety that has got a lot of experience. And the cheetah is turning into a new weapon for Brent Venables. Talk about the secondary, Mark.
I thought Cortland Guillory had maybe one of the best freshman seasons for an OU defensive back in quite a long time at the quarterback position. I think he can be really good. And so they are experienced back there. Everybody talks about Michael Boganowski and how much of a vicious hitter he is at the free safety position. So I think another area of strength for the defense.
Yeah, and the depth is better in the defensive backfield.
They got a lot of guys that can play, and I don't know that we appreciate enough historically what the Sooners have in the Bowen brothers. Eli playing the corner, Peyton playing safety. 3rd straight year they're going to be starting together in the secondary. It's one of the 5 best brother acts in OU football history. The Selmans, of course, and the Burris brothers. But after that, you're looking at Stephen Tinker Owens, and you may be at the Bowen brothers next. So it's a great story. They're even living together. They didn't live together when Eli got here, but now they're roommates.
Well, sometimes brothers don't do that. They're better off being separated. But, it's going to be interesting in this defense to see how well they mold it. Now, again, it's going to be tough to replicate what they did last year. Even as many good players as they have returning, like you said, not much depth throughout that. But with the secondary the way it is, you can lock those guys down. They can devote more people up front and in the box, which will help on stopping the run.
Disrespect that OU only had 0 players on the first team SEC defense, 5 on the second team, but none. You mentioned that best defense in the SEC last year, but no first teamers.
Yeah, but who they did have first team? The kicker and the long snapper. And we'll talk about special teams when we get back here on the OU football preview show from O'Connell's Irish Pub and Grill. And welcome back, OU football preview show from O'Connell's Irish Pub. Speaking of O'Connell, Jeff Stewart. Boomer here. There you go, Boomer.
Yeah.
Surf and turf hats, by the way. You have a question for the panel here today, Jeff.
Yeah, I do. I'm curious about our quarterback, and I've heard all kinds of stories about practice, new training, trying to get movement a little bit different, as well as awareness when he opens up, gets the ball.
Barry, you want to take that?
Well, yeah, Mateer was off to a great start last year, and I think he was a Heisman frontrunner after Michigan, but he breaks the thumb against Auburn and toughed it out, played every game except Kent State, but really struggled. He wasn't the quarterback the Sooners were hoping he would be, but he's going to be a lot better. The thumb's fine. What you really mean, Jeff, with your question is he got the vision. Sometimes he doesn't make the right choices. And he talks about that. He talks about his eyes. Self-awareness is a really good thing. He's got it. He knows that's something he needs to improve on. I think he'll be much better. Is he an All-American? We'll see. Not to be determined, but I think he's going to be a much better quarterback in 2026.
There you go, Jeff. Thank you so much for the question of the week by Jeff Stewart here at O'Connell.
All right, you guys have a great show.
Thank you. We need to get the microphone back to Mark here so we can finish this up. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Jeff Stewart, O'Connell. He's only been here 30-something years, guys. He's an icon and iconic O'Connell's Irish Pub. Okay, gentlemen, special team play. I mean, there are two players that made the SEC first team, and it was Tate Sandell, the kicker, and the long snapper. I mean, that says how much people appreciated what they did last year as a special team unit.
How do you pick an all-conference deep snapper?
Yeah.
I mean, most guys don't have a bad snap. Most guys don't sail one over a guy's head all year. But no, hey, listen, the Sooners were great on the special teams last year. Grayson Miller was fantastic as an emergency punter in Game 2 after Jacob Bolwick hurt himself in pregame, and he became all-conference caliber. Tate Sandell's first-team All-American, won the Lou Groza Award. It's not likely that OU can replicate that kind of kicking game.
Kickers,
no, I agree.
Yeah, kickers are notoriously fickle.
I still don't know how those two balls got over the goalpost at Tennessee. They're just like, oh, you gotta get there, I got there. I mean, those were crazy. So, but he's been really, really accurate, and that's something. When you're playing in the SEC, when games are as close as they've been, that's a huge weapon for you.
Well, I hope he doesn't make all conference this year, because it means they didn't need him as much. So that would mean the offense is better and they got overall better productivity, without having to rely on, the defense and kicking 50-yard field goals. But that remains to be seen, as you say, Brent. Offense is better. Offense should be better. We know the defense is good. The schedule sets up, except there are 2 road games in September that are roadblocks. Talk about the first one at Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan, Oklahoma's slight underdog in that game. I think Michigan will have a little bit different offensive philosophy with Bryce Underwood this year at quarterback with their new coach. Probably a little more run game from him. So those are going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to watch. I do want to mention one more thing on special teams. Much more improved play on special teams. Lincoln Riley never returned kicks. I think he was just worried about getting a penalty or something like that. Just take the ball and let his offense start at the 25. But Isaiah Satania, a real weapon. Peyton Bowen, a real weapon back there in the return game. So I think that could be an area where OU might, big return when it gets close.
Well, and that's a good point, because Lincoln Riley, just get out of the way, give me my offense. Let my offense have the ball at the 25 and we'll go score. He didn't want any fumbles. He didn't want to mess with it.
I thought it's pretty good strategy by Lincoln.
Yeah.
And with Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray's my quarterback, I just want the ball. I don't care where I get it.
Yeah, just give me the ball and get out of the way. Real quickly, Georgia, at Georgia.
Historic game. Sooners have never played between the hedges. Of course, been to several places now that they hadn't been, but Georgia's maybe at the top of the list. If it's not, it's the big house. They're going to knock them both out in September. But Georgia's a tough out, man. Georgia's tough at home, tough on the road. They're just tough. It's going to be a fabulous setting. If the Sooners beat Michigan, Georgia will get there unbeaten. If the Sooners get to Georgia having beaten Michigan, it'll be one of the games of the year, and will really tell us a lot about what kind of football team Oklahoma has.
4 of the 5 venues they've never played in on the road.
Yeah,
that's
right.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Florida Field, same way. Yeah, that's exactly
and we'll find
right.
out more about that. And as you mentioned in our first program, New Mexico's that little saddle game in there between Michigan and Georgia, and New Mexico's not a bad deal. Hey, that's going to do it for this week's show. I want to thank Jeff Stewart for allowing us to come into O'Connell's Irish Pub. And we will be with you. For Mark Rodgers, Barry Trammell, I'm Rick Heath. We'll see you next time on the OU Football Preview Show.